Hello, my name is SilverDarkPhoenix, and this is my book opening of The Awakening, the Art of Halo 4. Now, I have said in a couple of book openings of Halo, I think the Halo book, which actually showed pictures from Halo 2 as well as mostly Halo 1, but some of them were actually from Halo 2 as well. But I kind of lost interest in Halo after Halo 2, because then it was all gone to Xbox, and then you had to buy exclusively through Xbox to get the Halo 3, 4 and 5. Now they're kind of going back on that. They're trying to make a Halo series for the PC, which they'll have to improve it a bit better to be able to play it on PC a bit better, because you need to buy an Xbox controller to be able to play the game on PC, because the controls on the keyboard are probably crap. So yes, this is the art of Halo 4. I already showed the art of Halo 1 and a little bit of 2, but this is what the front cover is. The cover that's the actual inlay, and you can barely see the imprint on the actual book itself. If I can just tilt this book a bit better. Yeah, it's a bit too shiny, but you can still see the kind of imprint here with the number 4 written across. If I can just tilt it at a decent angle. But this is very shiny, so it kind of makes it hard to see the actual logo thing in this. But I prefer the sleeve anyway, because the sleeve looks a lot better. Although the sleeve doesn't really fit that well, it keeps coming off. So, there's Cortana. It's kind of hard to look through this kind of camera, because the camera I'm using is a normal camera. It's not an actual video camera, which makes it a lot harder to get details properly. So yeah, I'm hoping in the future to get a real video camera with better definition, because this one doesn't have great definition, so you can't see real good details. Excuse me. I realize I've done a lot of book openings and box openings recently. The reason for why that is because there have been a couple of games that have come out this year, but not really any good ones. And like I said, Doom is a good game, but it's not really worth that huge price which it came out with. I think it was like €60. I'd rather spend €60 on getting a few art books than buying a game which will take me only a few hours to complete. I'm hoping in the future to get limited edition art books instead, but they cost a little bit too much. They cost like an extra 20 to maybe £30 extra. And all you get instead of the original art book is that you get an extra protector, like a box that surrounds this with a different picture on it, as well as an art print. But that's the only thing you get that's different between this and the limited edition one, and I think it's signed as well. I'm not too sure. You can tell there's a huge jump in how much compared to the other book and this one. there's been a huge jump in how people use computers to do their actual images to show what the game is going to look like. Because this is all like Photoshop or print. And I don't mean there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that there was a huge jump between just sketching by hand and using a computer. They could make a lot more of these things by computer than they could by hand. Ugh, there's always a few pages that get a bit stuck together. I didn't like the idea in Halo. I think it was Halo 5 that said Master Chief ended up being an enemy. That to me was a bit kind of ridiculous, because he's always been a savior for the last four episodes of Halo, the games of Halo, and he turns out to be one of the villains. I don't think so. That's just kind of ridiculous to me. Or because he lost Cortana. Sorry, I'm kind of suffering from kind of like hay fever at this moment, so I'm a bit coughing a bit. It's not exactly hay fever, it's just that the weather has changed really weirdly. There is actually, you can get models of this spaceship from, I think it was Dark Horse that does this. The problem is they're tiny. They're tiny. They're very small, and they're very expensive for the size they are. If they were making it like a Lego version, a massive version, then I can understand. But it like they did with the Star Wars huge Imperial ship, then I would understand, but they haven't done that. So it's kind of ridiculous to ask, I think it was like €50 at this point to get one of those little figurine things. Or the very smaller one, which is like 25 to 30. Kind of ridiculous. The Elite. The Grunts. I still remember them. I still remember all the names and everything. Forerunner. So now the Forerunners are meant to be the enemy. Actually, not the Forerunners. This imprisoned Forerunner. The camera's getting a bit blurry. Why the mohawk? So the back is actually the same as the front beginning, which is like this. That's the front of it, and that's the back of it. So yeah, I think the sleeve looks better than the without the sleeve. So you're better off having this on your bookshelf, which this is quite tall. I think this is, I'll just get a ruler, 30 centimeters tall by, how many would you? 23 centimeters wide. So you could actually put that on a bookshelf, but it would come out of a bookshelf a little. But you would have to have a big bookshelf. You'd have to have a kind of high, if you have a bookshelf that starts from here, you'd have to be at least 30 centimeters tall to start the next bookshelf. So this would take up a lot of room. So yeah, this was my unboxing or unbooking this book opening of Awakening the Art of Halo 4. And my name is SilverDarkPhoenix, and I'll see you next time.